Greetings, lovely citizens, Qutatron here, and today I want to focus about brand new RSI Meteor. Very controversial ship, especially if we're talking about huge firepower. But I didn't want to do episode about Meteor unless we will have some stats. And we have stats as well in aircool.games and in Ship Viewer website, which is great. So I have at least something to tell you about this brand new ship. We will a little bit deep dive into the stats, into the armaments, and we will compare it with other popular fighters in game right now. What is also very important, everything is subject to change. Is still PTU, Meteor is not in the game right now, so once more everything can change. And right now, without too much talking, let's go to the aircool.games and let's see for who actually will be RSI Meteor, and if RSI Meteor have any sense. Boom! Here we have a stats. What was very important for me is size of the smaller weapons, because on the pictures and on the videos I thought that this FL cannons was size 2, but no, this ship have 4 size 3 weapons and on top of this 2 size 5 cannons. But these cannons are very weird, we will return to this topic, but first let's see other components. We have lot of missiles here, 2 size 3 missile racks and additional 4 size 4 missile racks. So this is not only a gunship, it's also missile boat, which is, for God's sake, this is, in my opinion, the pure power creep. Maybe not complete power creep, but because this ship don't have too good maneuverability, and maneuverability right now in master modes is a king. If we're talking about dueling, if we're talking about very hard battles, maneuverability is something that provides you opportunity to shoot your target. But at least Meteor have speed. Okay, let's go to the next section. We have 2 shields, 2 size 1 shields, only 1 size 1 power plant, and 2 size 1 coolers. What that means? The same set of components like, for example, Avenger Titan. So to power up shields, weapons and engines, we need to do some adjustments here, but I believe it's possible. Let's check it out. Let's put here 1 vapor block, leave it empty. Let's find the best power plant I can find. Let's go, for example, for Breton Industrial Grade A power plant. Any power plant with 16 pips will be good enough. If you are lucky and you will have option to get a Quadracel or JS 300, you will have option to power up weapons, engines and shields to the max. Otherwise I could do something like this. Full power to the weapons and engines and almost full power to the shield. So still, even with 1 power plant, it's not terrible. We have, of course, only a size 1 beacon quantum drive, so this is very standard. Now, as we see, what is really outstanding in this ship is weaponry. Ton of missiles, ton of guns. Now, let's check out stats. Meteor, just like Mantis, actually Mantis is a little bit faster, but It's very similar archetype. I could name it low-grade interceptor. 229 meters per second SCM speed and 570 meters per second boosted. Nav speed is also pretty good, so Meteor is very fast. But pitch, yaw and roll, it's pretty bad. This ship is handling like heavy fighter. Even if we have on subject Meteor something what is, in my opinion, almost shameless power creep because of all of these armaments, we still can't have everything. We have speed, we have lot of DPS, we have ton of missiles, but we don't have maneuverability and we don't have tankiness. HP 30,000. It's not bad for small ship, but it's, to be honest, never look at the whole HP pool. Always look at the main components, like main body 2750 HP. So this is main component. If you lose this amount of HP, you are cooked. So I am assuming any light fighter can obliterate totally Meteor in 1v1 without any problem. Let me show you something. Let's go here. Let's select Drake Cutter. Main body of Drake Cutter is 650, almost 3 times of Meteor. Of course, it's tanky for a starter ship, but it's still starter ship. So, Meteor is a glass cannon, literally. So you have firepower, you have missiles, you have speed, but you don't have survivability and you don't have maneuverability. If you will use this ship, you are forced to joust. There is no other option for you unless you are doing, for example, low-grade bounty hunters contracts. Let's compare it very fast to other ships. First thing I want to show you is F7A Hornet Mk2. A quite similar firepower to the firepower we will go a little bit later, because I need to change it for the same weapons everywhere. Let's do it like this, 4 attritions, so we have 4 size 3 weapons and 2 size 4s. This is also a medium fighter like Meteor with additional power plant, so F7A is better in this case. F7A also have steel. After nerf, F7A have much better maneuverability. What is interesting, F7C available in game shop have even better maneuverability in upcoming patch. So highly recommend. The only thing you are losing is, to be honest, nose guns size. So instead of 2 size 3s, you have 2 size 2 weapons, which is still very good. I am using F7C all the time and I'm not disappointed. But look at the HP. Body HP is bigger. We have body and nose HP. Not so great, but still better than Meteor. Speed is not so high like in Meteor, but base SCM speed in Meteor is only 9 meters per second higher than in F7A. The boosted speed is much higher, but this standard is almost the same. So I am still thinking that F7A will be better fighter. Overall, better ship than Meteor if we want to do some, for example, PvE contracts. Maybe not PvP, because this maneuverability is very crucial, and I think other fighters like, for example, Saber or light fighters like Gladius will be still the best in PvP. Okay, now let's focus on DPS. Let's put here attritions. I am always comparing everything using attritions. Especially these cannons have almost the same speed as deadbolts. So attritions will be the best choice to go in pair with these bespoke weapons. And what we have here, sustained DPS 4000, burst DPS almost 6000. Let's look at the F7A, less sustained DPS and very similar burst DPS because of Revenants. If I change it, for example, to Deadbolts 4, DPS is much lower. So in DPS race, in theory, Meteor will win. But we are talking about very slow firing cannons with very slow projectile speed. So this is definitely not a PvP weapon, unless you are fighting with something very big. You can't change these weapons for anything else, which is obvious downside on Meteor. So that's why still I think Hornets will be much better choice. Let's look closer on this new Leonidas cannons. Alright, here we have stats of these bespoke cannons. DPS is not very important right now, but we have huge alpha damage, so if you hit and run, and this is something similar to the Interceptor, so hitting and running is only viable option. So if you hit and run your target, you maybe do some damage. If you actually hit your target, fire rate 50 RPM, less than one shot on seconds. So you need about 1.1 seconds to shoot one time using your cannon. This is heavy disadvantage. So in my opinion, Leonidas cannons will be the best to open cargo ramps of pirated ships. Because you need a stationary target to actually hit anything, or very big target to hit anything with these cannons. And what is important, remember, Meteor is very squishy ship. This is a glass cannon. If you are attacking big freighters, especially PvE targets with lot of turrets, like for example Caterpillar, you are cooked. You are dead, because the only thing you have is speed, and if these turrets will hit you too much, you're just dead. So jousting with Caterpillars, not very good idea, but maybe sniping them with these huge cannons is actually good practice. I done the similar thing in Buccaneers, in F7C, so and I had also very slow hitting weapons. I had attritions then, so maybe this will be actually not bad tactics, but still 50 RPM. To shoot smaller targets, you need bigger RPM, definitely. This is crucial. As well as ammunition speed, only 840 meters per second. But in other hand, we have tons of total damage dealt in single cannon, because we have 240 ammunition in capacitor, and one round deals 1600 damage. Ammunition range almost 3 kilometers, which is not terrible, but it's not great as well. And yeah, that's all if we're talking about new cannons. They are good. I don't know. This is deadbolts on steroids, but with some disability, because fire rate is very low. Even if this ship could have no size 5 weapons, this ship could be not terrible. Let's return to the stats. So overall, if I would buy something like Meteor, I would rather to have no size 5 guns and more maneuverability. That's all. That could be great. 4 size 3 weapons, like for example Saber, which is pretty nice fighter, good maneuverability, good speed. You don't need nothing else to enjoy good fighter in, for example, PvE contracts or light PvP gameplay. But what is really interesting about Meteor? Meteor have very nice interior, which I love. I love ships with nice interiors. This type of ships, like for example, nice heavy fighter with good interior, with bed, with storages, gun racks, and so on and so forth. This is perfect type of ship for me, because I am very often doing ground combat. I like to log out in space, I like to accumulate a lot of loot in my ship, and I like also do some bounty hunters contract and so on and so forth. I like to explore different POIs, scavenging. So some type of ship with nice interior and storage and place to put a couple of items with reasonable survivability and with reasonable combat capabilities, it's perfect type of ship for me. But these two huge abominations, these two huge guns, are making this ship kinda useless, because usefulness of new bespoke cannons is very situational. To balance these two huge guns on the medium fighter, which is Meteor, CIG needed to create medium fighter, which is clumsy, as heavy fighter, and I show you why I am thinking that. On top of this, with 2 small shields and almost no body HP. So yeah, I think without these 2 huge cannons, this ship could be a little bit faster, like for example base Mantis, a little bit more maneuverable. It could be nice medium class medium fighter, you know, not the meta, but still something different to choose if you like nice interior. Let's look at the closest competitor to the Meteor. And I'm not talking about F7A, because obviously I needed to check this out, because F7A was nerfed, and a lot of players thinks that F7A was nerfed because Meteor is coming and this is new meta ship. No, Meteor is even worse than F7A because of this terrible maneuverability. Let's instead look at the other interceptor, which is Drake Buccaneer. I put everywhere attritions, and let's put here AD4B, for example, because this is similar projectile speed to attritions. And yeah, Buccaneer, faster, more maneuverable than Meteor. It's not huge difference, but it's difference. So Buccaneer will be overall better interceptor than Meteor, because Buccaneer don't need to go too close to the target. You can put here CFP repeaters everywhere and try to fight your target from bigger distance, and you are still utilize your whole firepower. In this case, if you want to do the same in Meteor, you will need to resign of using these new bespoke cannons. So what next? Buccaneer never was too tanky, and yeah, is even less tanky like Meteor. and have much less missile racks, only 6 missiles. In comparison, Meteor right now is one of the better missile boats, to be honest. Only Firebird is better right now. Okay, please tell me in the comment what do you think about Meteor. Do you want to check this out? Do you want to use it? Maybe it's your desired ship. Maybe I am just whining and I don't know what I am talking about. Please tell me in the comment. I will love to see your opinion and I will love to address any arguments. If you are not subscribing yet, please consider subscribing. It will help me a lot. Hit this bell icon to be up to date with upcoming videos and check out links in the description if you want to help this channel to grow, because I am doing this all for you. As always, thanks for watching, have a great day, and bye bye.